up, Barefoot Nation? Have you guys ever wondered why needle palms are so expensive? Well, this week I am going to show you one of the reasons why that could be the case. Let's go! So it should be noted early on that needle palms, in case you're not familiar, are one of the most cold hardy palm species in the world. Now this is not a palm tree per se, it's more of a shrub, but it is easily hardy to zone 7A, and now many reliable sources are listing it as hardy to zone 6A. But as you can see from the photos thus far, that they make a fantastic addition to the summer tropical garden, and as you can see here, they also remain evergreen into the northern end of their range. So it's also worth noting too that the needle palms up north rarely make seed, so I'm extremely blessed to have the opportunity to grow some more needle palms from seed from my own plants. And also, just like with growing banana plants from seed, this is going to potentially increase their hardiness and have all sorts of genetic diversity benefits, as I'll mention later. Alright guys, and so as you can see, I harvested this seed stalk off my 7-gallon needle palm, I think about a month ago at this point, definitely a couple weeks, and I noticed like this little stuff kind of starting to develop, like as if it was starting to pop open. So if you guys are going to be buying seed for needle palms, for one, I would say it might take years and years and years before they're really a plantable size. The first thing that I'm going to note here is that needle palms are slow growing plants, and they need to be protected. They're really not fully cold hardy until they're probably when potted in a 3-gallon size. But the other thing to keep in mind too is that, so if you guys are north of zone 7A, then you're probably going to want to take your needle palms in pots, grow them in pots until they're, this is a Sable Brazoria, but until they're at least in a 2 to 3 gallon size container. Just because, again, the more mass that a plant has, the cold hardier it's going to be. So needle palms don't have a taproot or an underground trunk like a sable miner does. So with the sables, I'll have a video on that soon. I'm actually using these tree pots. But with these needle palms, it's not such a specific root system. I'm just gonna take these seeds and plant them in the tray, and then I'm gonna keep it on a heat mat. So one of the things you'll notice about needle palms is that you have you have these seeds which the fruit part needs to be cleaned off. And then this is the seed of a needle palm. And basically, again, if you'd want to soak these for a day if you bought them. So it's not a ridiculously small seed. It is manageable to plant by hand. But this I don't know if this is the case 100% with needle palm, but a lot of times when you're dealing with the fruit of a plant, that husk that the seed has in it has anti-germination chemicals in that husk. So this stuff, you're not gonna, as much as I love organic mulch and all that, you're not gonna wanna have that in your seed mix. So I have a container nearby that, as I'm cleaning this moldy seed cluster, I am going to basically be putting that chaff, if you will, into the container so that it doesn't contaminate or slow down germination any more than it needs to. So I mean, I can't really understate, as I pull apart this seed cluster, needle palms grow really slow, and so if you guys can afford to just buy plants rather than seed, I think that would be a lot more, unless you're just looking for something fun to do over the winter, that would be probably a better use of your time, or at least something that's going to allow, kind of be a little bit, I guess, more I have no idea how long these seeds are all going to take to germinate, much less grow into mature plants. So I'm kind of just like planting them all in the tray and seeing where they go from here. I also just want to note, I think this stalk, like the way that it's holding the seed in place, is just fascinating. And it's moldy again, but that's why I'm doing this video this week. But I also think that all this little stuff is the undeveloped seed, because anytime you have a seed cluster, there's always undeveloped seed. And so that's just really interesting. And this is a rather, almost like stem, almost like a purple coneflower. Not really woody at all, kind of fibrous. Getting on with it. I mean, again, it's helpful to have some long fingernails and be able to look at the size of that seed. That'll be called the king needle palm. So it's helpful to, if these seeds are moist, which my garage is very humid, stuff will come apart pretty readily, especially once you split it. Actually, seeing the size of this seed makes me wonder if some of these other ones that I've planted are even fertile. I don't know. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Alright, and so after all that, I decided not to use that big tray for these seeds. I can share the same heat mat with these seeds that some of my other seeds, like sable minors, are on as well. You'll see those in a different video. But so basically, I took all the cleaned seeds, and I have some moistened mix on the bottom. I'm gonna finish moistening this mix. You can see that it's pretty dry. You can see that the mix is pretty dry, and so of course labeling is huge. So I just wrote in Sharpie what it is, Latin name. You know, like they're gonna germinate in this, and then I'll transplant them as soon as I have some successful ones. I figured I should also mention the container that they're in. This is literally just a salad container from takeout. And then I utilized my airsoft Glock to put some holes in there for aeration. You know, I could have titled it How an Airsoft Pistol Can Help You with Gardening, but you know, that probably wouldn't go over too well with some folks. So anyways, that's how I like to put holes in these little food containers, which have a nice reuse gardening. But yeah, so again, it's probably going to take these seeds a long time to germinate, so I'll keep you guys posted once they do. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it didn't scare you away from growing palms from seed. It's definitely going to help me to develop my patience as a skill, because I don't have that. But again, just like growing bananas from seed or any of these kind of marginal plants, you know, you're gonna have huge advantages, or at least noticeable advantages, as far as hardiness and all sorts of interesting, you know, reasons as far as genetic diversity goes to grow plants from seed. So anyways, guys, if you like this video, be sure to drop it a big old thumbs up, just like that. And if you want to see more content just like this, be sure to smash that subscribe button. No, seriously. And of course, I want to hear from you guys down in the comments. Let me know what you've grown from seed before, whether it was palms or flowers or veggies. I'm curious to know. Especially the plants that kind of took forever and a day to really mature. Anyways, guys, 'tis the season for seed starting, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace!